Welcome back to Ask Dr. Clarke. Today's topic, I think, is a really cool one, and that is one abused wife's testimony of escape. There are positive stories I want to tell about women that have gotten out, away from their miserable dirtball abusers, and have started a new life. I think this lady's story will be very encouraging to all you who are living with an abuser still, or who are separated from your abuser, or even divorced. You can get away from your abuser and build a new life of peace and freedom. You absolutely can. That's why I wrote the book, Enough is Enough. I'll show you exactly how to do it. Get you ready and get you out. Big part of my ministry, my practice now, is helping abused spouses leave. Identify narcissism, identify the abuse, and get healthy enough to leave. And get your kids ready to leave. I've got a whole series of podcasts coming up, in fact 3, on getting your kids ready to leave your abuser. So check out the podcast too. Also why I wrote the brand new book, because if you get stuck and enough is enough, frankly, isn't enough to get you out of the relationship and you're caught in Christian codependency, that's why I wrote my brand new book, 20 Lies That Keep You with Your Abuser. Now, the pre-release sale for 20 Lies is going to begin June 14. All right, you can check this out. We'll be sending an email blast out as well, I think on June 13 or 14, but it'll be on the website as of June 14. Not released yet. The release isn't until August, but beginning June 14, you can buy this book for $5 off. All right? So look for that on the website, June 14. David E. Clarke, PhD, Clarke with an E, davideclarkephd.com. And on that same website, you'll find all my resources for marriages in crisis. That's what I do, marriages in crisis. And of course, my phone advice service, which 90% of my practice now is phone advice sessions. You can set it up via email or text. You can find that information on the website. For $200 for 45 minutes, I'll talk to you. I'll get the background. I'll only talk to one spouse on the phone. I'll get the background, and then I'll give you a plan of action moving forward. Very important in a crisis to know what to do. Well, after 35 years, I know what you should do. Now, I'm going to read this lady's brief email story of escape, and I'll give my comments as I go along as I read it. As most of you know, I always have to make comments as I go along. Can't help myself. And most of my comments are helpful, frankly. Okay, she begins. This is her talking, this lady. I just want to thank you. Well, that's nice. Exclamation mark. I spoke with you on the phone some time ago. I did a phone advice session with her, I guess. 90% of my practice is now phone advice sessions. As I said, man, I love doing them. If you want to talk to me, email me. She continues. I got your book, Enough is Enough. Good. And have been working the plan ever since. Very good. All right, good for you. She's on track here. My husband and I had literally seen 6 different long-term marriage counselors over 20 plus years. You know what? I've heard that story a million times. That's about enough. All right, you've tried everything. You've tried everything God knows you've tried. 23 years, long enough. She continues, I never felt heard or respected by the therapists. It was always me, the woman, who was told to respect, even though his treatment of me was seen as deplorable by every one of them once they got past his smokescreen. These are the nice, passive Christian counselors and pastors who don't get it, and they'll blame the woman. Heard that a million times too. Classic Christian counseling. It's the woman's fault no matter what. The abuser gets a pass. The woman is told to respect the husband even when he's abusive. What does the husband have to do? Well, nothing, which is ridiculous. The Bible does not teach you to respect a dirtball who is destroying you. In fact, quite the opposite. It teaches you to leave the sitting dirtball who is a fool. Verse after verse, especially in Proverbs, over leaving a fool, getting away from a fool. That's what we're recommending. She continues. She says, I filed for legal separation on April 1st. I'm not sure what year this was, but April 1st. It may have been this year. I thought the date was appropriate for my Nabal. Yeah, boy, the Abigail and Nabal story. I couldn't agree more. No better date than April Fool's Day to file on a fool. She didn't want to, obviously, but it was the right thing to do. She says, you gave me permission to claim this verse and be amused. I love this verse. Psalm 52, verses 6 and 7. Listen to this. And she quotes it. The righteous will see and fear. They will laugh at him, the evil man, saying, here now is the man who did not make God his stronghold, but trusted in his great wealth and grew strong by destroying others. Boy, great description of a narcissist. They destroy others. I love this passage. An abuser deserves to be laughed at, and God will do justice. She continues in the email and she says, now that she's taken this strong stand, he's begging, he's lying, he's manipulating. And without your counsel, she's talking to me, the guilt would be too great, but she's holding the line. She's been in this drama, again, for 20 plus years, she says. And she says that even though she's listening to many podcasts and reading a lot about covert narcissistic abuse, and it all fits, I don't think I would be able to not get sucked in again, were it not for your very clear voice and strong words. Well, good. That's what I'm trying to bring. I am clear, if nothing else, and strong. You've given me permission to do what I truly believe God wants me to do, which is to get out. I couldn't agree more. Get out. If he wants to truly change, spend 8 months to a year changing and being the next Billy Graham and walking with the Lord and winning you back, great. Probably not going to happen. And she says here, this is very important, and one of the reasons I want ladies to get out, and men too. Her daughters now think it's time and are supporting me along with everyone else who truly understands the situation. You know, I say, good. You didn't wait too long and end up losing your kids, which happens all the time. She says, may God bless your ministry. She's very kind. May God bless your ministry. And you can use this if you want to anonymously, which is what I'm doing. All right. And she says, please pray for me as the next few months will be rough, but I am trusting God. Well, I will definitely pray for you, and I already have. Now, if you're in an abusive relationship, and many of you are, or you know someone who is, get my book, Enough is Enough. I wrote it for you. It'll help you understand abuse and get strong enough to leave, and I'll tell you exactly how to leave. Your freedom awaits. Absolutely it does. Now, if you wonder if you're married to a narcissistic abuser, do a phone advice session with me, like this lady did. I'll get the history, and I'll tell you exactly what I think, if this is abuse or if it's not. And if it is, boom, we move forward. If it's not, I got different books for that. But if it is abuse, Enough is Enough's the book for you. And also, send me your escape testimony. We are gathering more and more escape testimonies from ladies and men who got away from their abusers. We want to hear the good news and even the difficulties. All right, and I'll be sharing these in YouTube videos. Finally, subscribe to my YouTube channel, tap the like button, and leave a rating and a review if you're finding these YouTube videos helpful. Would you do that for us? Thanks.